Have you ever wondered what it would take to get a temporary residency in Mexico? Hello there, my name is Sarah, and welcome to this video with all your friends here from Passport Journey. Are you ready to discover the beauty and wonders that our world has to offer? If your answer is yes, then you've come to the right place. Now, in this episode, we will discuss the process of reaching your goals of getting that temporary residency in Mexico. Imagine waking up to the sound of waves lapping against the shore, the scent of fresh tortillas in the air, and a kaleidoscope of colors greeting your eyes. That's the beauty of Mexico. It's a country that's as diverse as it is captivating. From the ancient Mayan ruins of Yucatan to the bustling cityscape of Mexico City, every corner of this country has a story to tell, a dish to share, and a warm smile to offer. And then there's the food. Oh, the food. The tantalizing flavors of Mexico's cuisine are enough to make anyone's mouth water. Whether it's the spicy kick of a street taco, the comforting warmth of a bowl of pozole, or the sweet delight of a churro, Mexico's culinary scene is a feast for the senses. But what truly sets Mexico apart is its people. Friendly, welcoming, and with a zest for life that's infectious, the locals will make you feel at home in no time. They'll invite you into their homes, share their stories, and before you know it, you'll have a second family in Mexico. Couple this with a climate that boasts more sunny days than most places on Earth, and it's easy to see why so many people dream of living in Mexico. It's a country that offers a quality of life that's hard to match. Where else can you find such a perfect blend of culture, cuisine, camaraderie, and climate? So you're probably asking yourself, how can I make this dream a reality? How can I wake up to the sound of mariachi music, the taste of fresh guacamole, and the sight of a sun-drenched beach? Well, the journey begins with getting your temporary residency. Don't worry, we're here to guide you through it. So, let's dive into the process. First things first, what exactly is a temporary residency? Now that's a question worth asking. You see, a temporary residency is a legal status granted to foreigners who wish to live in a country for a certain period. It's a bit like the Goldilocks of visas, not too short, not too long, but just right for many folks. In Mexico, a temporary residency can last from 1 to 4 years, giving you ample time to soak up the sun, savor the cuisine, and immerse yourself in the vibrant culture. It's like a long-term vacation with a dash of everyday life thrown in. You get to rent a home, open a bank account, and even get a driver's license. And the best part? You can come and go as you please without needing to apply for a tourist visa each time. But with great power comes great responsibility. While you're basking in the Mexican sun, you also need to respect the laws and regulations of the country. That means paying your taxes, behaving respectfully, and not engaging in any illegal activities. It's a give and take, just like any home away from home. Now you might be thinking, what's the difference between temporary and permanent residency? Well, the key difference lies in the time frame and the rights associated with each. A temporary resident, as the name implies, is only in the country for a limited period. After 4 years, they need to either leave, apply for an extension, or apply for permanent residency. On the other hand, a permanent resident can stay indefinitely, vote in local elections, and even work without needing a separate permit. It's a more permanent commitment to your new home, and not a decision to be taken lightly. But for those who are just dipping their toes into the waters of expatriate life, or perhaps testing out retirement in a warmer climate, a temporary residency can be the perfect fit. It's a taste of the expat life, without the full-course meal of permanent residency. Now that we've got a clear understanding of what temporary residency is, let's explore how you can apply for one. Next, let's talk about eligibility. Who can apply for temporary residency in Mexico? Well, it's not an exclusive club, but there are some criteria you need to meet. First and foremost, you'll need a valid passport. It's your golden ticket, your international ID. Without it, you're not going anywhere, let alone to live in Mexico. So make sure your passport is not only valid, but also has plenty of time left on it before it expires. Next up, we have the financial requirements. Now, I know talking about finances can be a bit dry, but it's essential. Mexico wants to ensure that you can support yourself during your stay. For temporary residency, you'll need to show proof that you've got sufficient funds to cover your expenses. This could be a bank statement showing a certain amount of regular income or savings. The exact figures can vary, so it's always best to check the most recent guidelines. Now let's move to another crucial criterion, your criminal record, or rather, the lack thereof. Mexico, like any country, wants to keep its residents safe. Therefore, you'll need to provide a clean criminal record. This means no convictions, no outstanding charges. Essentially, you need to be on your best behavior, and it's not just about you. If you're planning to bring your family, they too will need to meet these criteria. Each family member applying for temporary residency must have their own valid passport and meet the financial requirements. It's also worth noting that the Mexican government might have additional criteria based on your specific circumstances. For example, if you're retiring in Mexico, you may need to provide additional financial information. If you're moving for work, your employer might need to complete some paperwork on your behalf. It's all about ensuring a smooth transition for you and the communities you'll be joining. Meeting these eligibility requirements is the first step towards your Mexican adventure. But what's next? Well, stick around, and we'll delve into the application process in the next segment. Now, we're getting into the nitty-gritty, the application process. The journey to your temporary residency in Mexico is like an adventure in itself. So let's break it down into easy steps. First up, you'll need to schedule an appointment at a Mexican consulate. This isn't as daunting as it sounds. Just a quick visit to the consulate's website, and a few clicks later, you'll have an appointment. Remember, the early bird gets the worm. The sooner you schedule your appointment, the better. Next, it's time to gather your documents. Imagine you're going on a treasure hunt, and these documents are your precious booty. You'll need your passport, your trusty guide to international travel. Make sure it's valid for at least 6 months beyond your intended stay in Mexico. You'll also need proof of financial solvency. This is where you show that you can support yourself during your stay. It might be bank statements, pension documents, or proof of employment. Just remember, the consulate wants to see that you're not planning to overstay your welcome or become a burden on the Mexican economy. Now don't forget about your application form. It's like your golden ticket to this adventure. Fill it out carefully, ensuring all details are accurate. This isn't the time for creative writing. Stick to the facts. Finally, you'll need passport-size photos. Think of them as your avatar in this adventure. They should be recent, clear, and in color. No funny faces or extravagant hairstyles, please. The consulate wants to see the real you. With your documents in hand, it's time for the interview. This isn't an interrogation but a friendly chat. The consulate wants to get to know you, understand your reasons for wanting to live in Mexico, and make sure you meet the requirements. Be honest, be open, and most importantly, be yourself. Hand over your completed application form, your documents, and your photos. Pay the application fee, your investment in this adventure. And then, the hard part, waiting. But remember, patience is a virtue. It may take a few weeks or even a few months for your application to be processed. Use this time to daydream about your future life in Mexico. The vibrant culture, the delicious food, the warm, friendly people. Before you know it, you'll be packing your bags ready to start your new adventure. Once you've submitted your application, it's time to wait. But what happens after you get your approval? Stay tuned, as we'll be exploring that in our next scene. Congratulations! You've got your approval, but what happens now? Once your application for temporary residency has been approved, the real adventure begins. It's time to pack your bags and get ready to embrace the vibrant culture of Mexico. But before you hop on a plane, there are a few steps you need to follow to ensure your transition is as smooth as a Mexican salsa dance. Your first step is to enter Mexico. This might seem like a no-brainer, but it's an essential part of the process. Upon your arrival, you should report to the National Institute of Immigration, known locally as Instituto Nacional de Migración, or INM for short. This might sound like a daunting task, but don't worry, the folks there are very helpful and will guide you through the process. At the INM, You will be required to submit a few documents, so make sure to carry everything you need. This includes your approval notice, passport, and photographs. Remember, it's always better to be over-prepared than under-prepared, so bring extra copies of your documents just in case. After submitting your documents, you will receive a document known as an exit permit, or permiso de salida y regreso. Hold on to this permit with care, as it allows you to leave and re-enter Mexico while your residency card is being processed. Now, on to the final step, the moment you've been waiting for, receiving your residency card. This process usually takes about 2 to 4 weeks. You will be notified when your card is ready for pickup. Once you have it in your hands, you're officially a temporary resident of Mexico. Yes, you've made it. But wait, there's more. Living in Mexico is not just about the sun and the beaches. It's also about immersing yourself in the local culture, learning the language and making new friends, and of course, exploring the incredible food scene. So, get ready to embark on this exciting journey. And there you have it. You're now a temporary resident of Mexico. But what about your furry friends? If you're a dog lover like us, you're probably wondering, can I bring my dogs to Mexico? Well, the answer is a resounding yes. Mexico is an incredibly pet-friendly country, and they warmly welcome our furry companions. But like with any international travel, there are some requirements to meet before your pet can join you on your Mexican adventure. Firstly, your pet needs to be in good health. Mexico requires a health certificate issued by a vet licensed in your home country. This document should confirm that your pet is free from any contagious diseases and has been vaccinated against rabies. The certificate should be no older than 15 days from your intended travel date. Next, let's talk about paperwork. You must carry a copy of your pet's health certificate, vaccination records, and a photo of your pet. You might be thinking, why a photo? Well, it's to ensure that the pet traveling is indeed the one mentioned in the health certificate. Now, on to transportation. Most airlines allow pets, but you should always double-check your chosen airline's pet policy. Pets can usually travel in the cabin, as checked baggage, or as cargo. The best option will depend on your pet's size and temperament. Remember, it's about making the journey as comfortable as possible for your four-legged friend. Once you've landed, you'll need to declare your pet at the Mexican customs. Here, a quick inspection will be carried out to ensure your pet is healthy and matches the description on the documents. Don't worry, it's a simple process, and before you know it, you'll be out exploring the vibrant streets of Mexico with your pet. In conclusion, bringing your pet to Mexico involves some preparation and paperwork, but it's a straightforward and manageable process. After all, our pets are family, and the joy of having them by your side in your new home far outweighs the initial effort. So, not only can you enjoy the beauty of Mexico, but your beloved pets can too. We've covered a lot today, so let's quickly recap. We've taken a journey that began with the dream of living under the Mexican sun. We discovered what temporary residency really means. It's not just a piece of paper, but a key that unlocks an exciting new way of life. We then dug into the eligibility criteria, navigating through the intricacies of financial requirements and legal procedures. It's about demonstrating stability, financial independence, and a genuine intention to make Mexico your temporary home. Our journey then took us through the application process. We've seen that it's not as daunting as it might seem. It's about being organized, diligent, and having a dash of patience. We've learned that we start the process in our home country, at a Mexican consulate. We've discovered the importance of having all our documents in order and the potential bumps along the way. But with a solid plan and a positive attitude, we can tackle it head-on. And what happens after getting the approval? We've learned it's not just about packing your bags and hopping on a plane. There's a bit of bureaucracy to be dealt with upon arrival in Mexico, but nothing we can't handle. Now, what about our furry friends? We've learned that Mexico is a pet-friendly country. We've discovered that with a bit of preparation, our beloved dogs can join us in this great adventure. We've seen that they need to be healthy, vaccinated, and have the right paperwork. But most importantly, they need to be loved and cherished. Because at the end of the day, they are not just pets, but family. With careful planning and preparation, you can start your exciting new chapter in Mexico. For more travel tips and products to help you on your traveling journey, check out the links in the video description below. And if you are new here, you liked the video, and we've given you some value, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for our newest videos. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, this is Sarah from Passport Journey saying, I wish you happy trails, safe travels, and good luck making your next destination to Mexico.